Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. So today we are going to see Nifty and Bank Nifty analysis based on supply and demand zones on both weekly and daily time frame. So look, most traders draw random support and resistance lines, but the market does not respect your lines, it respects zones where big money place their orders. Supply and demand zones are exactly that, the footprints of the institutions. In this video, I am going to show you exactly what zones I am watching for next week. Started, you can also mark along with me on your charts those supply and demand zones so that it will be helpful for you to trade in the next week. Also, watch till the end. At the end, I am going to show you an interesting analysis of Nifty and Bank Nifty apart from beyond supply and demand zones. Just stay till the end. So first, let's quickly understand what is support and demand zones. If you already know this, you can skip this support and demand zones and you can directly go to the analysis section. But if you are someone who wanted to understand the support and demand zones, you can just continue watching this video without skipping any part of this video. A demand zone is where buying pressure is so strong that price shoots up from that level. If you see here, a demand zone, this is a demand zone. So when price came to this zone, what happened? Price have shoot up from this zone. So this is where a institutions will accumulate their positions. When price comes back to this zone, when price comes back to these demand zones, this is where you see a big candles are going to form. If you see here, a very big green candle followed by straight vertical rally upside. So this is how demand zone is going to work. When I say about supply zone, so this is where it will act opposite quite to the demand zone. Here is where supply zone, price came to this zone and the price got accumulated here, and price came down, again came up, and again here you see this accumulation made this selling. So this is where big institutions are going to place their orders. From here you are going to see selling from these supply zones. Again, these are zones, these are not just a straight line. This is a supply line and this is a demand line, so that way it is not going to work. So supply and demand zones act as a zone, not as a single line or single level. So we are on the Nifty chart. Let me clear this. So we will go and see the supply and demand zones on the Nifty chart on the weekly time frame, and then we will come back to the daily time frame because that is where we are going to get our entries. So let's see on the weekly time frame. So weekly time frame, long back I clearly mentioned. So here we have a supply candle. So this is a supply zone we have here because this is a drop base drop. So when it is breaking a structure, it created a supply zone. What is this structure? So earlier Nifty was taking support here continuously in this zone. This is the breakout zone, and here Nifty was taking support. Nifty was taking support here continuously. After breaking out this zone with this candle, Nifty went up, came back, taken support, again went up, came back, taken support, again went, came back, taken support, and it made a rally. Again, when it came back to this zone, again you have seen a good bounce to the upside in Nifty. Now, when it is breaking this zone, it created a supply structure here. This is a drop base and this is a drop candle. So this is pure price action concept. If you are not understanding drop based drop, that is fine. But when you see what is a drop candle, is nothing but a candle which body size is more than 75% is considered as a drop candle. A candle body size which is less than 50%, it is considered as a base candle. So now here we have a candle which has body more than 75% followed by a base candle which the body size is less than 50% of the candle size, and here again we have a drop candle where the body size is 75% of the whole candle. So when breaking this structure, it created this supply zone here. So now this supply zone in Nifty is acting as a resistance till now. The supply zone in Nifty is acting as a resistance till now. You can mark this supply zone in Nifty on your charts as well, which is 2nd March candle. 2nd March weekly candle is a supply candle in Nifty. This is a supply zone. 2nd March weekly candle is a supply zone in Nifty. So when price went down, here price went down by creating this supply structure, price went here, again price reversed from here. If you see, these three strong bullish candles came in Nifty, even though you have seen the price rejected here. Even though the price rejected here, even with this lot of buying volume, the price could not sustain, could not break this supply zone because it is testing for the first time. So that is where the price is getting rejected here. Again Nifty came up, again the rejection happened, Nifty given a dip, again it came now, again here the price is getting rejected here in Nifty. So why price has bounced from this level here? Because here we have a demand zone. This also demand zone I have marked almost 4 5 months back on my channel in one of the video. So when Nifty was falling here, I said Nifty will make a bottom here in April month when it tests this demand zone. From exactly here, after March, from April month, Nifty have started rallying upside here. This bottom also we have captured. Most of the people who have watched my video, they would have captured this bottom. From here exactly, Nifty have bounced here and again Nifty taken resistance here. Now Nifty is between supply and demand zones. Again, this is which 10th March 2025 candle is a demand zone. 10th March 2025 candle, demand zone. So when Nifty tested this demand zone, you have seen the bounce that Nifty have given from this zone. When it is giving bounce from this zone, Nifty also created another demand zone here. This is a drop, base, 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 again rally. So here Nifty have created another demand zone. This is another demand zone in Nifty. You can mark this candle also. 30th March weekly candle is also a demand zone. 30th March weekly candle, demand zone. So now we have two demand zones coinciding here on the weekly time frame. 10th March 2025 candle demand zone. This is already tested. But 30th March weekly candle demand zone is still not tested. So recently price came very close to this demand zone, but it have not tested this demand zone. Still market yet to test this demand zone. Now we are at the supply zone. So we are in this range here between supply and demand. That is why you are seeing Nifty is not going anywhere. Nifty is just moving sideways within this range. So it is the difficult situation for option buyers. Either Nifty have to break out this supply zone to give one-sided rally, or it have to break this demand zone to give this one-sided rally in Nifty. So this is one criteria. The second criteria is when price reaches supply zone, we can attempt for a short trade by keeping our stop loss above this supply zone. Again, it is subject to risk, so I am not giving any buy sell recommendations. So you can consult your financial advisors and you can make out your decisions. I am not a SEBI registered analyst. So here you can make your view based on the supply and demand zones, whether you wanted to go short when price is near supply zone. If price is near demand zone, usually we can go long by keeping the demand zone low as our stop loss. When the price is at supply zone, by keeping the supply zone high as our stop loss, we can attempt for the short trade, because supply and demand zones will act as a support and resistance. So this is on the weekly structure we have seen. But when I will become bullish, when this also I have told in my last weekly analysis video, when a daily candle closes above this weekly candle body, which is 24,666 level. So above 24,666 level, I am going to become bullish. Above 24,666 level, I am bullish on Nifty. Till market is not closing above this level, I am bullish. If we get day candle closing above this level, if we get a day candle closing above 24,666 level, I am bullish, or else I am bearish as if now in Nifty. Bearish to sideways, but not bullish, super bullish in Nifty, because we are at the resistance zone. So this is my weekly analysis on Nifty. As we are here right now, I'm not expecting a long trade, because price have to come to this demand zone, then only I can look for the long trade. But right now I'm not looking for any long trades, as price is near the resistance zone. This is on weekly analysis. If I go to daily analysis, I said long back we should mark this candle as a supply zone, which is 20th April candle. 20th April candle is a supply zone, which I said, because here Nifty has made a W pattern here, and the structure made everyone to feel that it is giving breakout. In this breakout, Nifty has failed this breakout here, and it came down again, went back, and again taken rejection exactly at this base candle, and Nifty have given a dip, again came back, came down, again went, and Nifty exactly taken rejection from this candle. So Nifty is even not able to close above 20th April candle. So this is a supply zone on daily time frame, which I'm seeing in Nifty. So here we have a weekly supply zone, here we have a daily supply zone. Both are getting confluence each other here. So that is why Nifty is unable to go upside until and unless Nifty is not closing about 24,666 level. So we cannot be bullish on Nifty at the moment. But when we can become bullish on daily time frame, this is the demand zone we have in Nifty. These are all the base candles. So this is the demand zone we have in Nifty on daily time frame, and exactly below this we have the 8th, this is 8th June. Yeah, 8th June candle you can mark as a demand candle. 8th June demand zone. 8th zone candle is a demand zone, act is not tested at the moment in Nifty. So this is a drop, base and rally. So this is where the demand zone got created in Nifty, which is untested. Now the scenario for us to go long is, if Nifty takes rejection here and comes back and test this zone, here we can attempt for a long trade. Here if we see a green candle either in 1 hour time frame or 75 minutes time frame. If you see a good green candle closing here, either it can be a hammer candle, it can be a full body Morbozu candle, or it can be a candle with 75% of the body and 25% of the wick. When you see these three candles either in 1 hour time frame or 75 minutes time frame forming at this zone, at this demand zone, then we can attempt for a long trade here in Nifty for this supply zone as the target. So right now we don't have any long trade in Nifty unless and until I don't see a closing above this level. So right now we should be very cautious here in Nifty. You might see one more green candle tomorrow, so that everybody thinks that now Nifty is going to break out, and then suddenly you will see a down move here in the Nifty. Like here, if you see, everybody thought Nifty is staying here and it has created good green candle. Within 4 days, it has fallen like anything. 1,000 points breakdown. Again, Nifty slowly went upside. Again, just one candle, two candle, gone. So all this 1 week, 2 week efforts of buyers just gone in two candles. Again, Nifty recovered, went upside now here. Again, you see this two candles itself is 500 plus candles. So right now we are near at the supply zone, so be careful in Nifty. So this is my analysis on Nifty in daily time frame. So in daily, you know where are the demand zones now and where are the supply zones now, how you have to trade. At supply zone, we should not look for long trades. At demand zones, we should not look for the short trades, short side trades. Wait here for the price to reject. Again, if you see a red candle closing here, either tomorrow or Tuesday, then we can go for the short side in Nifty by keeping that candle high as the stop loss. When price comes here and test this demand zone, we can look for the long side trade in Nifty. Now let's see Bank Nifty analysis. Bank Nifty, we will go on the weekly time frame. Compared to Nifty, Bank Nifty is little strong, but in Bank Nifty, if I go, I have a weekly supply zone here. This is my weekly supply zone in Bank Nifty, and I also have weekly demand zones very close in Bank Nifty. This is my weekly demand zone in Bank Nifty, and again we have another weekly demand zone here in Bank Nifty. I'm just drawing from body to bottom of the week. And before to this, we have a weekly demand zone here in Bank Nifty. So when Bank Nifty was falling here, that time I also made a video that Bank Nifty is going to make a bottom here. From April month, we are going to see a rally. Same like Nifty, Bank Nifty came, tested this demand zone. From here, you have seen a rally. So just mark this demand zone here. So one is 30th March weekly candle. 30th March weekly candle is a demand zone. And here we have another demand zone, which is 1st June weekly candle. 1st June weekly candle is again a demand zone. And here we have a supply zone, which is 2nd March 2026 only. Yeah, 2nd March weekly candle, supply zone. So now in Bank Nifty also, we have weekly demand zones and supply zones. When price breaking this structure here, breaking this consolidation, it created the supply zones and it have a given breakdown, and it came tested this demand zone because this was the fresh demand zone. This never tested. Price went up, came down here, again went up, came down, and tested for the first time. So when it tests for the first time, you will see this kind of reaction at the demand zones. And again price went close to this supply zone. From here you got the rejection pullback. Again, when price is going up, it created another demand zone here. Here this is a rally candle, base rally. So it created a demand structure here. For that case, you can draw from here to here, from this red candle body to bottom of this green candle wick. So this is the demand zone in Bank Nifty. So now price went and tested the supply zone again for the second time. Price is getting rejected here. So here all these 4 weeks, from last 4 weeks, you see all these are indecision candles. So from top you are getting selling pressure, from bottom you are getting buying pressure. Still the market have not decided in which direction it have to go. But for us to take the trade, if a daily candle close above this level 59,188, then only my view will become bullish. From here, if price gives a breakout, if a day candle close above 59,188, my view becomes bullish. Else at this juncture, I am not bullish in Bank Nifty. So whatever move it has to give from the demand zone, it have given that move. Now it is near the supply zone. Until and unless a daily candle is not closing above this body of the weekly candle, I am not going to make my view right now in Bank Nifty as a bullish bias. So right now my view in Bank Nifty is bearish, but for that bearish, still I am not convinced with these candles. If I see any good candle, at least like this, a candle should be at least like this or like this. When I see any of these two candles forming here, then I will play for the bearish side, and my first target will be this sub demand zone in Bank Nifty. When price comes here, I will book my profits. But if price is not giving me chance, directly it creates a red candle like this and it tests this demand zone, then I am not going to enter any trades here in Bank Nifty. So when price reaches here, I will wait for a green candle on daily time frame here, then I will look for the upside targets in Bank Nifty. But here also, instead of me waiting for the weekly time frame, if I see any day candle closing a good hammer candle, inverted hammer candle, or a red marubozu candle, or a red candle with 75% body on daily time frame, I will look for the bearish side in Bank Nifty for this demand zone as my first target. If it breaks this demand zone, this will be my second target. But it is very difficult to break this demand zone because this is a fresh demand zone. When price comes for the first time here, definitely it is going to give a bounce here. So this is my view on weekly time frame in Bank Nifty. Now let's switch over to daily time frame and see in Bank Nifty what are the demand zones and supply zones we have in Bank Nifty. On daily time frame, here if you see drop, base, and a drop. So this is a green candle. So rally, base, drop. So here we got a supply zone on daily time frame here. This is a supply candle, this green candle on daily time frame in Bank Nifty. So again, this is which day candle? This is 5th March. This 2nd March is our weekly supply zone. Within that 5th March is our daily. So 2nd March weekly supply and 5th March daily supply. So we have weekly supply and we have a daily supply within the same zone. So that is where if you see Bank Nifty came above, from here this demand zone tested, went up, came down again, created a demand zone here, went up and tested this supply zone for the first time, taken rejection. Second time it went and it made a double top here. Exactly on this day, I've posted my view in my free WhatsApp community on Nifty and Bank Nifty. From this day, we need to be bearish, conscious on the upside. We can go for the bearish side. Exactly from here, both Nifty and Bank Nifty have given very good move on the very next day. So almost 400 500 points in Nifty, almost 1500 plus points in Bank Nifty. After this candle creation, I also said now the risk reward for the downside is not good, so we cannot go more downside here. Again, next 2 days, Bank Nifty and Nifty both have recovered upside. So you know when to enter, when to exit your positions as well. So now again, price came to the supply zone, the weekly and daily supply zone. Still, I am not bullish in Bank Nifty unless and until it is not closing a daily candle above this level, 59,188. If it closing above this level means it is closing above daily supply zone, and also it is closing above weekly candle body high. Okay, so now this is the daily demand zone, supply zone. You also know now what is a daily demand zone in Bank Nifty. Same, the 8th June candle. 8th June candle is the demand zone in Bank Nifty as well. So this is the demand zone in Bank Nifty. Again, we have weekly and daily, both are getting coinciding each other. 8th June candle is demand zone, daily time frame. So weekly it is first June weekly candle is a demand zone, and 8th June daily candle is the sub demand zone in Bank Nifty. So now when price comes here to this zone, and if it creates a green candle in 1 hour or 75 minutes time frame here, a good green candle, then I will change my view from bearish to bullish here, and I will go for the upside target. So this is how I am going to play between this supply and demand zone. So we are in the range. Just be careful with your lot size, maintain proper risk management. Don't go with heavy lot sizes here, because we are stuck between supply and demand zones weekly, daily. So you will not see that one-sided moves at least this July month. So you should play between this weekly, daily supply and demand zones. When price comes to supply zone, look for the bearish trades. When price comes to demand zones, look for the bullish trade, again with very less quantity, not with the usual quantity that you used to trade. So if you are trading with 10 lots, trade with 5 or 3 lots till at least in this July month. Okay, so this is my view in Nifty and Bank Nifty on weekly and daily. Hope you got very good understanding how to trade in Nifty using this weekly and daily supply demand zones. Now, as I said at last, I am going to show you one interesting thing in Nifty and Bank Nifty beyond the price action, beyond the supply and demand zones. Let's go and watch that now. So if I go here onto the Nifty chart, if I go here onto the Nifty chart, I will just take out all of these. From this high, so if I mark this high, from this high, I will just go to 37 bars. Exactly after 37 bars, Nifty had made bottom here. This is the lowest closing in Nifty, closing wise. You see this green candle went below this, but the closing wise, this is the lowest closing, and this is the top after 37 bars and 55 days. Now exactly from this low, we will again take 37 bars. Again exactly Nifty made top here. Nifty made top here. Nifty made bottom here. Again Nifty made top here. This was the top, this is the bottom, again this is the top here. From here you have seen at least 1000 plus points down move. From here if we see the down move, almost 1000 points down move. And from here if we see almost 2000 plus points up move. Okay, and now again we will see here from this date we will measure 37 bars. So when it is coming on 20th July. So plus or minus 1 day. So Friday and Monday, you should be very careful in Nifty. Till Friday, if we are near the supply zone, okay, and now you know the supply and demand zones where we have in Nifty and Bank Nifty. So till Friday, if you see Nifty till Thursday or Friday, if you see still Nifty is there near the supply zone, okay, then you should not look for the upside trades. Though you are seeing two more green candles by Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, you see still price is staying here. So that is a good opportunity for us to short here. Nifty can make a top here on this day and it can give a fall. This is case one. But next week, if you see Nifty is coming down here and it is testing this demand zone, if Nifty is coming down and testing this demand zone, and if it is testing demand zone on Friday or Monday here, then we can go for the long side trades in Nifty. Nifty can make a possible bottom here. So Bank Nifty, it is working on the 33 bars principle. I have totally back tested as well when it is making bottom, when it is making top. In Bank Nifty, the next date is 11th August. But when Nifty is making bottom or top, Bank Nifty is also going to react that way. So give more weightage to Nifty than Bank Nifty, because if Nifty makes a top, obviously Bank Nifty should also make a top and it should come down. But just check if the price is near the supply zone or demand zone based on these dates, so that you can capture the top or bottom in Nifty and Bank Nifty. If price is near supply zone, you should look for downside trades. If price is near demand zone, you should look for upside trades in Nifty. So thanks everyone for watching this video. Hope these zones and this kind of analysis is helping you to stay on the right side of the market.